Hey Leo, welcome to your mid-September reading. So before we get into some cards, I'm hearing a couple of things. One of the phrases that I'm hearing is new level, new devil. We'll get into that. The other thing that I'm hearing, very much related, is that to get somewhere that you've never been before, you got to get surprised. There got to be stuff that you've never contended with before. There have to be things that's like, God, I have no idea what I'm doing. That's normal, that is actually cool, that is actually a sign that you're doing something really brave, and perhaps something that either you've never done before or nobody's ever done before. So we're not going to demonize the questioning or the not sureness. I'm hearing like, get ready to have your mind blown, which I know sounds really big, but it's like, get ready to have your mind blown. New options on the table, things you've never seen or been a part of before, new adventure. So, looks like a kind of exciting back half of the month. Let's get into some cards. Leo, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, and Dominant People. Spirit, we want to know what's showing up for Leo in the back half of September. We want to know how is Leo showing up and what is showing up to meet them. What kind of themes, what kind of events, what kind of people are showing up in mid-September, Spirit. What's showing up in the next couple of weeks that you want to share with Leo for their highest good, Spirit, to help them navigate in the best way possible that leads them toward ease, abundance, fulfillment, a sense of alignment, a rightness. Thank you, Spirit. Mid-September for Leo. Perfect. Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, Leo Dominant, fifth house, dominant people. Those who carry the archetype of Leo prominently. What do they need to know for their highest good? Woo! Yes. You have to get acquainted with things you've never seen before if you're going to go on this magical adventure. Jeez, Spirit, just be louder about it. I need one more. I need one more because, listen, the moon has some good information, but we want just a little more clarity. If I know my Leos, to say, enjoy the mystery. Just be content with the mystery. You're going to be like, come on. So, Spirit, for my Leo people, we understand there's evolution, there's flux, there is mystery. What else can you tell Leo about the long-term future? A lot of wands here. A lot of wands. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, so you are showing up in the position of the Ace of Swords. Telling the truth, cutting through any kind of obscurity or confusion, and just being honest. It's also taking an idea that you have. Perhaps for some of you, it's like, this is a message that I need to share, and I'm hearing that very strongly. And this will, come through for different ways for different Leos. Let me tell you a couple of the ways Spirit is showing it to me. Some of you do something like this, where it's like, I'm on YouTube, or I have a podcast, or something like that, and I have messages that I want to share. For others of you, it's like, I'm working on this book, or I'm working on this more self-contained message that is eventually going to be released to the world. Regardless of how the message or the being a messenger is showing up for you, I want to say that there's a little bit of leaving behind people pleasing. There's a little bit of if I'm going to be clear, then I can't be cluttered. If I'm going to be clear, then I can't have muddied waters. And there are certain habits, there are certain ways of being and thinking that don't serve my growth and do muddy my waters and kind of dampen my spirits, is another phrase that Spirit is using. And they used that phrase for another sign. It might have been Cancer. I'm curious if any of you have those placements. So, Eight of Cups. Current situation, Eight of Cups, walking away from an old life. That's what Spirit is saying, walking away from an old life into a new life. Now Spirit is giving me something else with this Ace of Swords, and the message for some of you, it's teaching. For some of you, it's literally being like a mentor or a coach or a teacher, and you're going to be doing more of that, or you're going to be getting really serious about that. Entering a new life is leaving behind the old ways, particularly the ways that, again, are keeping you stagnant, are not helping you grow. This way of thinking, or doing this habit, or being around this person because they bring up these kind of emotions, and it, maybe it sets you back a few hours, days, months, years to interact with that thing or that person or that habit. And it's time to actually go ahead and leave it behind. And it feels like you're ready. Ace of Swords. I've got some clarity, and I'm pretty ready to go forward. And Spirit is being really funny, but they're like, look how big this idea is. Look how big that sword is. It's as big as she is. Your idea is as big as you are, and you're not going to be able to carry all that old stagnant water with you if you're going to be able to be an effective messenger and teacher and adventurer. Pack light. That's what Spirit is saying. Pack light. So situation arising, the Hierophant. I like the way these cards play together, because if you look at the Eight of Cups, it's like she's walking down into the underworld, right? But what we can just see is that she's walking into sort of the dark place, and then here's the Hierophant at the end of the tunnel, and along with the light behind them. There's a lesson here, and there's a person with great wisdom in your vicinity. Now, Leo, are you the person who is dispensing the wisdom, or are you seeking a mentor? Hierophant implies, master and disciple, or acolyte, or apprentice. Like, what is it that you are stepping into, growing into, and who might you need to help lead the way, guide the way, provide a little light for you? Spirit just said the word sponsor. Like, some of you might be literally like, I'm coming to terms with the fact that I'm an alcoholic and I need a sponsor. I need someone to help me through this. Or perhaps you've been down that road and you are going to offer that to someone else. That's very specific. Obviously, that's not going to apply to every Leo, but whatever Spirit says, I'm going to say, okay? And that could apply to some of you in a metaphorical way. Like, oh, this friend of mine is going through this thing and I've been there before. And I think that I can help bring them some clarity. That may be what your message is about for some of you Leos, where it's like, yeah, I've been to this dark place and now I have the skills and I have the light and I have the wisdom necessary to light the way for other people. Knight of Wands sitting in the heart of the matter. Be adventurous, be bold, and you don't even need to know your ultimate destination. That's something that Spirit is saying. You have the Page of Wands sitting in the short-term future. A lot of similarity between the Knight and the Page in this particular deck. You are going somewhere. You have an idea, that's what Spirit is saying. You have an idea / a message, Page of Wands, that will take you somewhere. Knight of Wands, where are you trying to get to? And I feel geographical as well as metaphorical. Where are you trying to go? You have what it takes if you are willing to be bold and to be brave, and Spirit is using the word iconoclast. Like, you might be a little iconoclastic. Your ideas might seem a little weird or different, or they might fly in the face of some people. And if you know what you're talking about and you're clear, then proceed. The Moon sits in the long-term future, followed / clarified by the Five of Wands and ultimately the Nine of Pentacles. So the Moon is, the path is uncertain, it is evolving, it is in flux. The Moon is also timing, and Spirit is saying that has a lot to do with this. So some people, the cycle, the fullness is coming around. Spirit is saying like a full moon. So it's like completion of a project, completion of a pregnancy, completion of a cycle. And now it's just a matter of time. For others of you, it is that your path is not necessarily a path that has been laid out by anybody before you. And again, you are carving your own path. You are creating your own thing. Your dreams also figure prominently. Are you getting messages? Are you getting vibes? Are you getting similar patterns or anything? What are your dreams pointing to? Notice that. Be aware of that in the back half of September. A lot of wands here. The moon followed by 5 of Wands, pitting your ideas up against other people, going out in the realm of ideas and being willing to fight for what is yours and what you want to say. You are worth it. Throw your hat in the ring. And 9 of Pentacles, ultimately you will be very satisfied with something you've been able to create. And Spirit is saying, this is true for all signs, but particularly Leos who are, the heart center, the child. It's like you are actually here to do what brings you a sense of joy and fulfillment. So it's not about how does everybody receive this thing that I made or whatever. Like, that's great. And it looks like there's success there. Honestly, it looks like when other people finally do get to see your idea or your thing or your completion, that they're all really excited about it. But what's more important is that you feel proud and you feel fulfilled. And you look back on the journey you've made and be like, damn, there were times when I had no idea what I was doing and I kept going and I was really brave and I love that about me. And if anything, the times that I was in the dark or not sure ultimately led me to greater clarity, greater determination, a greater sense of self. And that's the other thing they're saying with that 9 of Pentacles. So what are you doing, Leo? Looks cool. Building something great. Throw your hat in the ring. You fully have everything that it takes. I see some of you getting like titles, professorships, awards, that kind of thing. So very curious for my Leo people. If you feel like sharing comments, stories, suggestions, thank you for being here. I hope that it's helpful for you. And if I don't see you before then, Leo, then I hope I will see you in your October reading. Till then, bye-bye.